Hey y'all, it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We're gonna go over my top 20 beauty products of 2020. Now, I'm not sure if all of these were actually released in 2020, but these are some of my favorites that I used in 2020. And I figured that this would be a great video to end 2020 with, because I want something fun and happy to end the year with, because let's face it, 2020 for the most part has been an absolute dumpster fire. So I wanted something happy to end it off with. Now, not all of these are makeup products, but they are all beauty products. But I think most of them are makeup products, because let's face it, that is where my love is at, and the bulk of them are eyeshadows, because again, that is my love. Okay, so first off, we have the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Pistachio Palette. Now, I own all of the Sweet Shop palettes, so I was super excited for these. And y'all know, if you've watched me at all, my love affair with green eyeshadows, and this is just beautiful. Like, these shimmers are stunning. I mean, you can see that I've even worn the pattern off of some of them because I've used them so much, even like on this dark green one. I love this palette, and I think they're all available right now on BH's website, because they had stopped making them and they weren't going to make them anymore, and then they decided to bring them back. So I've had them since they came out and I love them. Another thing is, this is the Midas Cosmetics times Neon MUA from Dawn Till Dusk collection. I think that's how you say it. And they are face palettes, and there were 4 different ones for all different skin tones. I have the Noon palette, which is like a light medium. So as you can see, I've used this highlighter quite a bit. It is gorgeous, and I really do love both of the bronzing and contour powders. Now, at certain points of the year, they're a little light for me, but I have really enjoyed this palette, and if you've watched a lot of videos, you've seen me reach for this quite a bit. Next up is the Be Perfect Carnival 3 Love Tahiti, which this is in collaboration with Stacey Marie, MUA. So as you can see, it is a beautiful, it's not a full-on rainbow, but it's pretty darn close palette. And I have used this so many times, which for an eyeshadow palette, look how beautiful these are. The shimmers are great. The mattes are absolutely phenomenal. And it's just great quality. I mean, I liked it so much, I bought an older version, the Carnival XL Pro. But see how beautiful those are? And again, I've used this a few times on my channel, and it is just a great palette. And I will definitely say it was, you know, Angelica Nyquist, Heather Austin, Britt Clark, and Karen Harris that definitely talked me into purchasing this, but man, oh man, is it a beauty. Next up, this is singles. This is my Cleona palette. I have a lot more of these coming in. This is the Stained Glass collection, which looks like this. Mine is filthy. Now I'm gonna have glitter everywhere, but it is stunning. I absolutely adore all the colors in here. There are some shades that are like my favorites. I think this one's Tapestry, and then this is Ornamental. I love both of those. And like, to swatch these out, they are just beautiful. And I have a full swatch video. Actually, I have a couple of them, I guess I've gotten them in, and then, I mean, just look at that. But yeah, they are so, so beautiful. And I've actually ordered, and my husband even ordered me some more. So I've got everything coming in, a lot of everything coming in. But yeah, no, those are gorgeous, and I love to use them. I mean, all the time. Next up, this is the Kaleidos Escape Pod palette. I love the selection of mattes in here, but I also love their shimmer formula. Again, look at that. It just has that wet look. Now, y'all know, if you've watched me, I am definitely attracted to those wet looking shimmers. And Kaleidos is absolutely amazing. And I have enjoyed the products that I have from them, but especially the Escape Pod palette. Next up is another palette, and that is the It's Freaking Bats palette by Butte Bean Time Shroud. It looks like this. It is such a unique color story. But again, the shimmers and the mattes are just, okay, so that's 2 of the shades. Look how beautiful. I mean, it's, you just can't get over it. I love all of Shroud's palettes. I own all of them. They used to be Strobe Cosmetics. They are so good, and I cannot wait to see what they come out with for 2020. And that's another thing about these, is a lot of these products are so good that I'm excited to see what else is coming from the brand because of it. Next up is the Alien Cosmetics times Serendipity, the Artist palette. You open her up. You've got some beautiful, beautiful multi-chromes. Look at this. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous? And it just glides on the skin. And then the mattes again are pigment. Look at that. So beautiful, so beautiful. And I want to try more from this brand because I like both palettes that I have by them are amazing. And that's kind of what I look forward to with indie makeup. Next up is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose number 2. I love this palette with my whole heart. Pat McGrath, their special shades are where it's at. It's Spincy, but I love it. And look at that. So beautiful. As you can tell, I'm quite attracted to multi-chromes. I am quite attracted to super shiny things too. But yeah, no, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okie dokie. Next up is the Tiny Marvels palette. And this is by Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace. And this was the first time I tried Sydney Grace. And I will tell you, I am not disappointed. The shade Fire Butts in here, look at that. I mean, look at that. It is so gorgeous. And the mattes are just so creamy. And even like this pastel green, which is Mantis, I typically have issues with pastels in my skin tone. Look at that. That is pigmented enough to show up. And like, I didn't press down on those swatches. I mean, that is some phenomenal, phenomenal quality. And because I love this so much, I bought the Enduring Love palette, and it is amazing too. So again, that's another brand I cannot wait to try more from. Now, mascara. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I do not have, I got hair on my face, but I do not have on false lashes today. This is just mascara. My lower lash lines look nice and separated. My eyebrows look like crap. I'm supposed to go get them done. But my upper lashes look nice and thick and lifted. So this is a phenomenal mascara. And I've been using it every day now, and I actually really love it. And it's expensive, but it's good. Okay. Next up is one that you're not going to be surprised about. This is the BK Beauty 101. I use this on the daily. I literally own 3 of them. Lisa J, who is a YouTuber here on YouTube, owns this brand, and they do brushes, and they have one eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette's phenomenal, but to me the brushes, especially this brush, is where it's at. Like, I own 20 bajillion brushes, and I literally have a drawer full more, and this is literally the only brush that I own backups of because I love it so much. So the 101 BK Beauty is absolutely amazing. I cannot have them all dirty at once, which I think they actually are all dirty right now, but it is what it is. Okay, next up is Propa Beauty. Propa Beauty Finesse lipstick is my favorite nude. like of all times. I love the formula of it. It just glides on. The color is perfect. It's not too pink. It's not too brown. I own all of their lippies and they are phenomenal. I really love the formula. It is a Black owned beauty brand. They're quite inexpensive. I mean, I think full price, these suckers are like $12 each. And they have bundles and all kinds of stuff. And these are amazing. Amazing. Like, I've talked about these several times and they are so good. So good. Okay. Next up is a lip liner. This is the So Rare lip liner, Luxe lip liner by Juvia's Place. Now, Heather Austin talked about this and it got me to buy it. So as you can see, it has that nice warm undertone that goes really well. I want to swatch them together so you can see what I mean. So you see those two go really, really well together. And the So Rare, it's a nice creamy formula. They're inexpensive, but I want to buy even more of these lip liners. I own a lot of lip liners. That's the only reason I haven't. And I don't really use lip liner all that often, but this formula from Juvia's Place, again, it's another Black owned beauty brand, is so good. So freaking good. I love everything about it. Next up, lip gloss formula. This is the Lunar Beauty, and this is the Celine lip gloss. Now, I know this didn't come out this year. I know this came out last year, but I didn't get it until this year because I kept hearing people talk about the lip gloss formula. This is my favorite lip gloss formula at this point so far, between this and Tower 28 Beauty. But it is, look how shiny this is. And it's just got, the texture of it is, it's not sticky. So it doesn't do like the, and it have the stringy things in your lips. It is so good. And like even the cream formula, because I got with the new collection, the Eternal Eclipse, which is, this is the Aura shade, is still beautiful and it has the same formula. And sometimes that's not always the case, but the Celine shade is just my favorite out of all of them. Okay. Next up, this is another new item this year. This is the Kaleidos Space Age Prophecy Highlighter. I did not think I was going to love a multi-chrome highlighter as much as I do this. And just to let you know, everything that I'm talking about here, I have purchased with my own money. Now, I did get one of the 101 BK Beauty brushes sent to me, but everything else I paid for. The other two, you know. But this is the Space Age Prophecy Highlighter by Kaleidos, okay? You saw how easy that glided onto my skin. And then you can see that it is this beautiful multi-chrome highlighter. So whenever you look at it like that, you're like, Betsy, what are you talking about? That is quite atrocious. That's gonna be too light for your skin. But when you blend it out, it is just like this beautiful, sparkly, shiny, as Teresa's Dead would say, alien slutness that is just gorgeous. Look at this. And it just looks beautiful on the face. So pretty. Pretty enough that I'm gonna take, and even though I'm wearing a different highlighter today, we're gonna apply some. Look at that. Look at that. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. This thing is Spincy, and they're coming out with this again. So this is all sold out right now. This is the Chantecaille Blur Powder. Perfecting Blur Finishing Powder is exactly what it's called. This thing retails for 80 bucks. The packaging alone is gorgeous. Teresa's Dead, Yachty, so many of the luxury channels I follow talked about this, and I was like, it can't be that good. I got it, and it is freaking that good. Like, I can't even say enough about this powder. And I've had this powder now for like 3 weeks. And you can see, look at that. You can see all the imprint on the center of it is gone because I use this every day. It is like the smoothest powder formula. Like, I don't know how to describe it. You know those old HD silicone powders that gave you hella flashback back in the day? Like the NYX powder and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about, where it looked like you were flashback Mary James Charles edition. Yeah, it feels like that, but it doesn't cause flashback. Like it you know what I mean? That silky smooth feel. And I love everything about it. And there's just something, you know, having a little bit of luxury in your life is never a bad thing. So I am obsessed, obsessed. Okay, next up is an eye base. And y'all know I use this all the time. This is the Gerard Clean Canvas eye base. This is the medium one. I also have the light and the white one. So I typically wear if I'm wearing a nude look, I'll wear the medium. If I'm wearing a super colorful look, I'll use the light. And if I'm doing something that has pastels or anything like that, I will use the white. But the consistency of this is great, and it does work as a concealer as well. So this is what it looks like. This is the medium one. But again, when you blend it out on your skin, I don't know what it is, but it gives the perfect base because there's enough slip to it and there's enough coverage to it. So I mean, as you can see, it pretty much covered up that highlighter. You cannot see it anymore. So it's got good coverage. So for someone like me who, you know, I'm no spring chicken anymore, my eyelid, and then I have a lot of discoloration. I have hyperpigmentation on my eyelids. So my eyelids are quite a bit darker than the rest of my face. So whenever I want to wear a colorful eyeshadow look, I have to cancel out that color. That works amazing. And it doesn't crease terribly bad because I mean, I have folds in my eyes and I'm wearing it today. And as you can see, it's not creasing. I mean, anything more than what I already have. I really like it. Okay. Another Spincy product is the Gucci bronzer. Now I have the color 2, and this is the Poudre de Beauté Eclat Soleil. So this is what it looks like. I mean, you can see that I've used it enough that the word Gucci is barely visible on here. This is what it looks like, okay? When you blend this sucker out on my skin tone, look at that. It just blends out beautifully. And I love a good matte finish bronzer. It's one of my favorite ways to bronze up my skin. But I mean, look at that. It just blends out and looks so natural. It's great. It is so great. I love this stuff so, so much. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okie dokie, 2 more products left. The Walhalla 2 by Juvia's Place. Okay, I had to include this for this shade right here. I touch this all the time. I'm sorry that the printer is going off, but we're almost finished. Look at that. It is so gorgeous, but again, Juvia's Place has amazing mattes. Their shimmers are phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but their mattes are great. And they work on any skin tone, which I think is super important. Look at that. And they blend so easily. My hand's a little sticky, so it's wanting because I've been wiping and wiping. But aren't those beautiful? Just absolutely amazing. Like, I love Juvia's Place. I own a lot from Juvia's Place. I think Juvia's Place is a brand that is slept on quite a bit. I mean, I know a lot of people love it, but I don't think it gets the recognition it deserves. And now, last but not least, this is the Arthurian Blush Palette by Menagerie Cosmetics. One thing about this, the main reason I picked this sucker up, and I will tell you honestly, is this artwork on the outside of the palette. There's an artist on Instagram that I follow, and that is Puffy Gator. She drew this, and the bear on here is so absolutely freaking cute. But what makes it amazing is, okay, one thing I do love is the little text on here which says unbearably cute blush below. You've got 9 blush shades in here, and they're unique blush shades. They're all matte, so we like that because, you know, sometimes we don't want shimmer. But like this shade Goji, I've used so much. I'm gonna show you. It's like an orangey yellowy blush, but look at how it blends out. It's just so pretty. Like it gives this almost suntan kind of finish to the skin, and I just adore it. You can see my hand is sticky because certain things are wanting to stick in areas, but that's okay. Here, we'll do it down here so you can see it, but you see what I mean? Like it just is beautiful, beautiful. And the other colors are really stunning too. Like Blueberry, which is this like lavender shade. Again, look at that. You see how nice and easily that blends out? Because whenever you do swatches of blush, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I like to see swatches of things, but to me, when you're, especially with blush and stuff like that, doing a swatch with your brush like this tells me a whole lot more. But yeah, all the colors in here are beautiful, and you can buy this as a palette, I think for $54, or you can take and buy them each as singles for $10. So if there's a color that you're super interested in, which as I said, Blueberry and Goji Berry are my 2 favorites in here, but this is stunning. So those are my top 20 products of 2020. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully this helps end your year on a good note because, you know, as I said, 2020 is a dumpster fire, but there were some good things to come out of it. And discovering these makeup products were definitely it. Now, some of these are all-time favorites. Some of them are just yearly favorites, but these are what I love. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is typically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm not sure what the posting schedule yet is going to be for 2021, but we'll let you know. Bye.